Oh, thank you for joining me. Just watching the squirrels playing in the garden. Today I'm doing a reading for you called Your Next Month Ahead. Which one of these would you choose? No credits, no music, we're going straight on with it. Let's go for the one that's right in front of me there. Today we're going to do 4 packs of cards, 4 stacks for you to choose from to pick a card reading, as I'm sure you know. All of these have been shuffled once, but we'll do them again. And we're looking at your next month ahead. So, my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. And thank you for joining me. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you won't miss any of my videos. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to use some oracle cards as well that was kindly sent to me by a lady. As I mentioned that mine had worn out. So I've got some brand new oracle cards, different to what I'm used to, but they'll be fine. Okay, now then, I want you to pick 1, 2, 3 or 4. That's number 1. We'll call that number 2, 3 and 4. Which one do you fancy? Is it use your intuition time, your psychic inner gifts? One that looks nice, catches your eye, or phone a friend? But pick 1, 2, 3 or 4 and we'll put 2, 3 and 4 and I'll put the chapter marks below for you, the timestamps, so you can go straight to the number you chose. If you chose number 1, this is for you. Special welcome to those of you watching this all on your own. And let's take a look at number 1 for your next month ahead. This is a timeless reading. Doesn't matter when you find it. You can find it today or next week or next year. You'll find this reading when the spirits want you to find it. So there will be a message for you here somewhere, number 1. It may not all resonate with you, but some of it will. So ignore what doesn't and take on what does, or go to my channel and choose a different reading. There's dozens of them for you to choose from. At the moment, number 1, you've got 4 weeks of spirituality coming up. This means that any of you who are psychic, and I really believe some of you are, you'll find that you're entering a high period. And you get these now and again. I normally say about twice a year. And a lot of you, number 1, are entering a psychic period during the next 4 weeks. Some of you will have a major spirit guide around you at the moment, right at this moment. That may be why they've got you to watch this video. I think some of you are heading for the coast, or some of you live by the coast or lakes or rivers. There's some of you living by water. There are signs of some unease in this reading. There are people around you, number 1, who may not be pleased to see you do well. There may be, I won't call it jealousy, but if you're doing fairly well, there may be somebody who would rather that you didn't. So somebody's a bit naughty around you. Use your psychic gifts, which will be on a high, as I mentioned, and work out who that could be if you can. There may be more than one of them. It appears they're female, but there may be some nasty or undercurrents of skullduggery around you in the coming month. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but as the next 4 weeks unfold, there may be somebody around you who is not wishing you the best of luck. Maybe a little bit of jealousy in the air. It appears that your psychic gifts, number 1, are shining. If you are into this kind of thing, and you do it for a living, then you should be on a high, and you'll be able to tune into your clients pretty much instantly. But not all of you will be doing it for a living, of course, but some of you will be picking up vibes from people, even total strangers. You'll be getting messages from your spirit world pretty much certainly all the time. Particularly one elderly person, well, older than you person that passed away. You may never have met this person, you may have been before you were born, but there's a spirit guide around you that is, I believe, with you right now at this moment. And they've got you to watch this video. There is no problems I can see that are outstanding apart from a little bit of jealousy. But some of you are picking up, meeting a new romantic partner. Or you may have just met one, and that may be why you're watching this, or one of the reasons why. There's a new romance in the air for some of you. Some of you are meeting a person who is peaceful, serene, calm, and it will suit you because you're a lot of you are quite psychic, and it seems to go well with the way you are in your life at this present time, number one. I think you've been searching for a while. I think you've been searching for some meanings, the meaning of life maybe. You may have been searching for a new lover. Not all of you, it won't resonate with all of you, but some of you are meeting somebody similar to yourself, calm when you want to be, relaxed, quietly confident most of the time, but never portraying that. You often seem a little bit shy, and though really deep down inside you, that's not you. I think it depends who you're mixing with, but expect to find a true new friend, or as I said, it may be a lover. There are also meetings from people from your past. This could be on Facebook, or it could be face-to-face, or social media. But there's contact from people from your past. There may be contact from ex-lovers, or ex-friends from college or school, or old work colleagues. But contact from the past is relevant for you during the month ahead. And that's going to bring lots of nice memories, and a few memories that may be not so nice. So reminiscence is the key. Nothing wrong with that. Some people run it down. I think it's nice to reminisce. Watch out for illusions or delusions of people trying to delude you. They're being a bit two-faced, really, if that's not the right word, the wrong word. Education comes through this reading, number one. So some of you may be learning new trades or new skills or new hobbies. And some of you may be teaching the skills that you know. I'm picking up music with some of you. Maybe you're teaching piano or learning piano or singing or something like that. There's a lot of music around this reading, which is not something I get every time. I think you're a music lover, number one, but I think a lot of you prefer the music from some time back. Maybe it's linked to these reminiscent times you seem to be heading for. I think a lot of you, number one, are looking back at the past with some fond memories. Not all good memories, I mentioned, but some of you are looking at the past with very fond memories. And some of you will be not wishing to go back, as most of us do, but you may be looking at the past and smiling and looking at old photographs you've got hidden in the box under your bed or somewhere, and thinking about memories. If you're not doing that, it may be a good idea for you to do so. Have a look at your old photographs when they were made of paper in the old days and cardboard. Watch out for delusions or people trying to delude you, and jealousy. And if you're learning something new, it really is a good time for it. So if you want to start a new hobby, or go on evening classes or something like that, or learn a new skill for your work, this is a great time to do it. It really is good stuff. There's nothing really bad here, number one, but I don't really see overwhelming passion and love. I don't think there's a problem with it. It may be that you know that already, and the spirit world don't need to tell you. But though there may be a new lover coming, it's not going to be sweeping you off your feet immediately. It may take a bit of a while. Let's take a look at some oracle cards. We're going to use 3 of these. I'm going to use my glasses for this, because these are new to me. And these are just really to make you think yourself. This one says to you, the harder the climb, the better the view at the end. Your reward is coming. Now you will know what that means. It will mean something to some of you, number one. The harder the climb, the better the view at the end. The reward is coming for you. So you know, the more you have to work for something, the better the rewards are when you finally get to the top, or get to in control of the situation. This could be linked to your new learning, your new studying that's coming up during this month. This learning course may not start this month, but you may be planning it this month. For some of you, it will be starting soon. But that's an interesting thought there, number one. The harder things seem to be, the more worthwhile they are. That's what it means. Let's take a look at the second one. Excuse me. It's safe for you to stop comparing yourself to other people. That comes very much in line with this stuff, because they may be comparing themselves with you as well. As I said, there may be some jealousy, but you don't need to compare yourself to other people, number one. You're perfectly okay. If you're losing your confidence, then you need to look in the mirror and see the beauty that's there, see the kindness that's there. Look into your own eyes. You're a special person. Every person is special in some way. Excuse me. So it's safe for you to stop comparing yourself to other people. Don't think they're all better than you, because they're not. They may appear to be more successful. They may appear to be more wealthy. But are they happy? Somebody once said to me a day or two ago, they knew someone who was a billionaire and they were bored and unhappy. So money doesn't always bring good fortune. Of course, it's better to be sad and rich than to be sad and living on the street. But it's safe to stop comparing yourself to other people, number one. Let's try the third one. You're a month ahead. I think the old eyes are going. You are sending out positive signals to attract new experiences. Now, doesn't that go with what I've said? You're sending out new signals. You're sending out positive signals to attract new experiences. So the thing you're learning, or the new experiences, sounds as though it's because you've been sending out vibes into the universe. Sending out vibes that maybe it's time you learnt some new skills. Maybe it's time you made some new friends, because learning new skills will introduce you to new friends unless you're isolating yourself at home, doing it on the internet. But I think, number one, you have a spiritual month coming up. There's no question about that. I think you may already be in it. You've got a psychic month coming up. If you have psychic ability, you will have healing abilities, so you could help your friends and family with that. Watch out for people from the past, which should be very interesting and quite exciting. Watch out for dodgy females. Mostly females are a bit jealous. Look out for study. You may meet a man that's linked to study as well. A man or a woman, probably a man, who may be the course leader or learning or teaching you what you want to learn for your new job or new career. But number one, it's not a bad reading at all. And your next month ahead looks pretty set. So please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon and the thumbs up thing if you would, a like button, and make some comments below. If you want to ask me any questions about this, ask me below and I'll answer them. I answer all of my questions. And it's great to hear from you and have a chat down below. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, I'll answer all the comments below, and it's nice to see people down below conversing with each other as well. And I say again a special thank you if you're watching this all on your own. So thank you, number one. We'll get on ready now to move on to number two. So if you chose number two, this is for you. Just put number one out of the way. This is your next month ahead, number two. Your next 4 weeks. See how they look, unless you decide to change things. The beauty of having psychic readings is that if I tell you negatives, sometimes you can avoid them. So if I told you you're going to lose your handbag in the shops, you make sure you didn't. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of my readings. And a special welcome to you if you're all on your own. And my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. This is your next month ahead, and it starts off, I think it's brilliant. You'll love this one because there's some really good stuff here, number two. For a start off, this month for you will bring celebrations. You may be going to parties, maybe weddings, maybe christenings, birthday parties, that sort of thing. There's reason to celebrate. Now you may know, some of you, number two, what this is about. You may already know. This is a timeless reading, which means you'll find it when your spirit guides want you to. You can find it today or next week or next year. If spirits have got you to watch this reading, then there will be a message here for you somewhere, number two. So listen carefully. You may know what it is. It won't all resonate with you, so take in what does and ignore what doesn't. At the moment, I think you've got reason to be cheerful soon. A party, a celebration, a few glasses of bottles of wine or something, a few beers maybe, and reason to be excited. It's a good reading. I think some of you are experiencing flirtations or flirtatious people. Is that the right word? You're meeting someone who can't be trusted with your love, because they could be chatting up the competition, or other girls or men. So if that's you, number two, you be careful, because you may get your fingers burnt. You may have the same thing done to you. If you're being flirty, and maybe behind your lover's back, it will catch you out. And there's a warning here, so I'm glad you're watching this. Some of you do a lot of traveling, and I think some of you, number two, do a lot of traveling for your work. If that's not the case, it may be that your lover or your person of interest does a lot of traveling for their work. And if that's the case, it could be them that is a bit flirty, a bit of a womanizer if it's a chap, or a bit flirty if it's a lady. However, there's some great stuff here, number two. There's a baby coming. There may be a new baby around now. There may be a christening coming up if it's that kind of religion. There may be a new birth, and there may be a pregnancy. So all of these things are coming through this, and you may find this out all during the next four weeks-ish. Could be a bit more, a bit less. But there's new beginnings for you, number two. Things are changing, and it's exciting. The only downside to your reading, number two, for the next month, is that there could be some quarrelling going on, some arguing, people falling out. Maybe you and your partner, maybe you and your lover, maybe you and your parents or your children, maybe you and your work colleagues. Bickering and arguments are predicted for some of you, not all of you. You may not be involved, it may be people around you, and if it is, then don't get involved. I always say that. Don't get dragged into other people's arguments. You end up getting the blame in the finish if you're not careful. But you're being reborn, some of you. There's brand new starts coming for you. And you're being encouraged by Spirit with the Fool from the Major Arcana to take a leap of faith. Hope you can focus on that. You're being encouraged to take a chance. Now, again, number two, some of you will know what that means. It's time for you to take a chance. You may have been thinking about this for years and putting it off, thinking we'll do it next year, we'll do it next year. Maybe you're thinking of moving abroad. Maybe you're thinking of dropping your career and trying something new. Perhaps you're thinking of opening a business. Something big is coming, and it may be this month ahead is the time for you to do it. When this month has passed by, the timing may be gone. So think about it. Is it time for you to take a leap of faith? Is it time to do what you've always wanted to do? Is it time for you to jump in and enjoy it? Or is it time for you to leave something behind, take a leap of faith and leave it? Get rid of it. Put it in your past. You'll know what I mean. Your spirit guides have got you to watch this for a reason. So keep out of arguments if you can, because you'll lose. If you argue, you will not win. That includes legal battles as well. It always does. Expect a reason for a celebration. You may receive an invite through the post, or through an email, or a text, the modern way. You may be sending out invitations. You've got a reason to be cheerful. Have a little flutter on the lottery maybe. Not too much, but there's definitely a big celebration coming up for you. A lot of you, number two. Don't be flirty. If you've got a partner, don't be flirting behind their back, behind his back or her back. And make sure that your partner isn't doing the same. It's in the reading that somebody, they may not be being disloyal, but they're being flirtatious and a bit, what's the word, a bit on the naughty side. Watch out for new beginnings, watch out for babies. If you've got a baby, a new baby, it's a fantastic time for you. Congratulations. If you're pregnant, it looks really, really good. I think any baby you have now, if you're having one in the next 4 weeks, is going to be very gifted indeed. Very gifted. You can get a full reading with me on this if you want at davidcharlespsychic.com. That's my website. If I'm not free on davidcharlespsychic.com, one of my team will help you. And they're all good because I pick them and they work for me, and I won't have them if they're not really good. So, sounds like the 5 past the Spitfires are going by. Watch out for a party, a celebration. Don't be flirtatious or naughty. New beginnings, take a big chance if it's time. This is the month to do it. As I said, in 5 weeks' time, you may have missed the boat. You may have missed the chance. But don't be reckless. Keep out of arguments. And let's take a look at some oracle cards. These were sent to me by one of my clients because I mentioned that mine had worn out. Got to wear glasses for this. Should go with what we've just done. Let's have a look. Well, I don't believe it. Number 2, it says here, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. There's no way I knew what that was. These have been shuffled and they're the ones from number 1 there. So, extra magical energies surround you, number 2, and they surround your situation. Expect miracles. I did say this is a really good reading, and I really believe it is. Lovely picture of the breaking waves there, look, for you. Nice, very nice photograph. So, number 2, expect miracles. And that really can mean expect miracles. Things that you couldn't have ever thought come your way may come your way this month. I do think you've got to take a chance, or you could miss it. And you may ring me on the phone and say, it didn't happen, David. You were wrong. But I'm not wrong. Wait and see. Let's say your second one. Get the glasses again. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. There we have. Looks like a bit of an old lighthouse. These are new to me. They're not like the ones I did have. So it's time to let go of the old. Again, it goes with what I said about the fool, taking a chance and getting rid of something. Time to let go of the old and work and worn out so that new stuff can come in. There you are. It's like selling the old car and buying a new one. That's a terrible example, but it's time to let go of the old stuff. Reminisce, by all means, but don't cling on to the past. If you've got a plan that you've had for years, this is the time to do it. Your third one, number 2, that's beautiful. If things are not turning out how you had hoped, try to see the positive in the situation. That's always a good advice anyway. There's a lovely, beautiful lady there. Look, she's a water card. If things are not turning out how you'd hoped, try to see the positives in the situation. I think things will turn out how you hoped, but you need to avoid, as I said, any quarrelling or anything like that. I think that's really good, number 2. Please subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell icon. And that thumbs up thing, click the like for me, because it does help the channel to grow, because it's a fairly new channel, really. And please make some comments. If you've got any questions for me, put them in the comments below, and I will answer them. And it's lovely to see the comments. And if you want a reading with me personally on the phone from anywhere in the world, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. That's my website. And if you can't get me on there if I'm busy, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they are very good because I pick them, and I won't have anything but the best. So thank you for watching that, number 2. Thank you. And then we'll get ready now and move on to number 3. So if you pick number 3, this one is for you. And a special welcome to you if you're watching this all on your own. My name's David Charles, international psychic, medium, and this is your next month ahead. A timeless reading, number 3, which means you'll find it when you're meant to. You may find it today or next year. The spirit guides will get you to watch this video at the right moment, which is now. That means, number 3, that there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It may not all resonate with you, but take in what does, and ignore what doesn't. Or go to one of my other videos. I've got dozens of them on my channel. This is quite exciting, number 3, because I'm picking up some interesting stuff. Movement, for one. Are you moving house? Perhaps you're moving your job. Anything to do with movement, number 3, in the next month is good. Doesn't mean you'll move in the next month. You may just plan it, or make your plan, or sign some contracts. But you may be moving during the next month. You may be moving your job. You may be moving your house. You may be going on holiday. You may be working abroad for a while. Something to do with movement, and it really does look good, so don't fear it. Now, a lot of you, number 3, during the next month are shown to me from Spirit World to be a little bit on your guard when it comes to trusting people. Especially when it's matters of love, matters of the heart. But you may have trouble trusting people all around, work colleagues, family even, friends, enemies. There's somebody around you that you're being defensive of, and you may be being a bit quiet, keeping yourself to yourself, which is not a bad thing. There are signs here, number 3, that things may be passing you by that you mustn't let go by without dealing with them. I don't want you to miss opportunities. If you see something that you want, or that you need to do, then do it during the next month. It's all about timing. All these readings, the whole life is about timing. But number 3, if there's movement for you, it does predict from Spirit that it will be happy. If you're moving house, moving your job, or any kind of movement, especially if it's to do with property. If you're thinking of moving in with somebody, brilliant. If you're thinking of moving in and sharing, it's brilliant. Because it isn't always like that. Try to stop ignoring things that need your attention, number 3, if they do. There's definitely travel coming through soon. You may not travel in the next month, but you may be booking something. You may be going through the holiday brochures. You're sorting out the money to deal with it, to pay for it. You may have to pay in advance. If it's COVID time when you watch this, try not to pay for anything in advance, because things are getting cancelled all the time and people do have trouble getting their refunds. So be careful. Be very careful. You're juggling money as it is. Some of you are having to do a juggling act with your finances. However, number 3, I do see some money coming in as well for some of you. Not all of you, but I see a share of money coming, which can be a win. Unfortunately, a share of money can also be money being left to you in a will. I don't see it as that. I don't see any tragedies in this reading at all. I don't see lots of passion and love, but that may be because you already know about it. Spirits tend to tell you things you don't know. And if you're already deeply in love, or in a love affair and a passionate affair, it may not come through. But if you're looking for love, it's not a brilliant month, number 3. If you want a full reading with me on the phone, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. That's my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and I'll give you a full reading on the phone from anywhere in the world. And if I'm not free, one of my team that work for me will deal with you and help you. And they're brilliant because I pick them, and I won't have them unless they're the best. So it's davidcharlespsychic.com. But for the moment, this reading is good. There's money coming to you, number 3, and you're the type of person, this comes through such a lot, you're the type of person who likes to give it away and help others, which is a lovely trait. This tells me, number 3, that you're a solid person, that you are somebody who says when they do something, they will do it, and you will be like that. That's part of the makeup you have with this generosity. You like to look at people and think that they're as well off as you, and if they're not as well off as you, you want to help them. You can't always do it, but that's the way you are sometimes. I believe, number 3, some of you will give away your last penny and leave yourself skint. Not really a good idea, but you can't change your character, and you mustn't try to. If you're a generous person, number 3, then that's part of your makeup, and it's something to be proud of. As I said, it won't apply to all of you, but a lot of you are overly generous. You tend to let money come in one hand and then think about who you can help with it. And if you're helping the local charity or something like that, it's brilliant. So, movement is good. If you're moving your job, moving for a holiday, buying a house or renting or even selling a house, it's good. Anything to do with property. Try not to miss things that are going past you because you're not seeing them. You may be a bit blinkered at the moment because you're being quiet and you're being a bit defensive. For some reason, you're erring on the side of caution. Not a bad thing, because if you're psychic and you're feeling in there that you need to do this, then do it. Just keep your own counsel for the moment. Stay quiet and watch things go by, but don't miss things as they go by. Some of you will be receiving advice from a father figure. It could be your dad, it could be your old uncle, or someone who has those traits. They may not be a father or an uncle, but there's something like that. It could be the next door neighbour. This person is wise, they've been around a while, they're respected, but they're not stupid. Even if they're old, they're not daft. And if this person gives you advice, you're lucky, because people have been known to pay this person for advice when he was working. If he's retired, he may not be retired, but normally it's someone who's valued and their opinions are valued. And if they're giving you advice, number 3, listen to it, because you're doing well to get it. So, if you're travelling, it's good. I'll be careful, if I were you, putting deposits down on holidays. In fact, number 3, I wouldn't recommend you putting deposits down on anything unless you're dead certain it's okay. I'm not picking up cheating here or swindling, but I'm picking up the need for caution when paying for things, that you need to buy and pay for in advance, like holidays. Try and pay on the day you're going if you can. I don't know if that's allowed. But if it's a holiday, I'm concerned that you could lose a deposit, especially if the COVID illness is still going when you watch this. So number 3, you're juggling with your money or juggling with your finances. Doesn't mean you're struggling, but you're juggling it around, maybe taking money from one place and putting it in another. And that may mean that you're also juggling with your feelings. You're juggling with your emotions. You need balance. You need balance because you're the type of person who does what they say when they say they'll do it. If you tell someone you're going to do something to help them, then you'll be there. You'll do it. Everyone says, oh, I'm here if you need me, but not everybody means it like you do, number 3. Let's take a look at some oracle cards. These were sent to me by a kind lady because she heard me say that mine had worn out. Thank you, you know who you are. The first one, got glasses on for this. Trust your intuition and care for yourself and others. Well, this couldn't go better with what I said. These have been shuffled. I don't know what's on these. Trust your intuition and care for yourself and others, which is exactly what I said that you do, number 3. So it's backing up the reading completely. But it does say, if you heard me, care for yourself as well. So number 3, everything looks really good here. The second oracle card has a feather, look, which can mean an angel, as you know. Well, I think you'll know. The answer is near. You just need to look a little closer to home. I don't believe this. This is amazing. Exactly what I said here about this one. Don't ignore things. The answer may be staring you in the face. The words are, the answer is near. You just need to look a little closer to home. Don't look too far away. It may be right under your nose. This one here has got like a ball of water. Pretty thing. So, trust your intuition and care for yourself and others. The answer is near. You just need to look a little nearer to home. And your third one, number 3, have hope. You have the power to make that change. Make it now. Well, now make it. I'll read that again. Have hope. You have the power to make that change. Now make it. Little dandelion, when you blow them. He loves me not. He loves me not. Fantastic. So you have the power, you have the hope to make the change, now make it, number 3. Fantastic. Goes along with what I said. I hope you enjoyed that. Please comment below because I'll answer questions. If you want to ask me about any of that, ask me below in the comments. Please click the like thing, the thumbs up thing, and share me with your friends. And subscribe if you haven't. And click the bell icon and you won't miss any readings from me in the future because I do lots of readings from all the time. And once again, a special welcome or goodbye to those of you watching alone. I do think about you. I do care about you. So don't get too lonely. You can always watch me or call me. And remember, my website is davidcharlespsychic.com. If you want a private reading with me on the phone, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. And if you can't catch me on there, if I'm busy, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they are good because I choose them. So now we're going to get ready for number 4. If you chose number 4, this one's for you. It's getting a bit cluttered over here with these oracle cards. Right, number 4. My name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. And this is your month ahead, 4 weeks ahead. This is a timeless reading, which means you'll watch it, hopefully, when the spirits want you to watch it. It could be today, it could be next year. You'll watch this reading, hopefully, when the time is right for you, which means, number 4, that there will be a message in here for you somewhere. There may be many of them. It won't all resonate with you, so take in what you like and ignore what you don't, or pick another card stack, or go to one of my other readings. I've got dozens of them on my channel. Number 4, fantastic, you'll love this. First of all, your spirit guides are coming through with karma here, which means, number 4, at last, you're going to get what you deserve, because you don't always get what you deserve. It appears to me that sometimes you think, why is everybody else getting all the good luck and I don't get any? Well, it's time for you to get yours now, number 4, because karma is coming, and it's coming during the next month, about 4 weeks or so. It can be a few days a year, extra or less. So you've got some karma coming, number 4. This means that you'll get what you deserve, and I believe that your karma, for most of you, is good. So you're going to get the rewards that you so deserve. It also means karma, as you know, I'm sure, that anyone that's hurt you in the past will get theirs as well. And most psychics and witches believe that karma is threefold. So when they get it back, they get it 3 times as bad. Not intended by you or by me, that's the way the world is and that's the way the universe works. Karma is real, and if you don't believe that, then you better start believing it. You've got karma coming during the weeks ahead, 4, maybe 5 weeks, but mainly the next month. At the same time, number 4, your life is entering a more busy period. There's more going on for you. If you've been a bit quiet lately, especially at work, expect things to start taking off a bit. I don't think you're going to be overrun, but there's going to be more stuff for you to do. And you may have to speed up your life a bit. You may have to get to work a bit earlier. You may have to be prepared for things to take off. Because if it's been quiet and you're in business yourself, it is about to speed up. And I think it's going to speed up during the next month, or because of something that happens during the next month. It may start the month after. But something's going to pick up for you, and you'll be advised, if you're going to take a holiday, take it soon, because you need to be ready. Because when this speeding up takes place, it may raise your stress levels. It may be good, because it means more business if you're self-employed. But if you're working for someone else, you may be finding that they're giving you a lot to do. As it stands at the moment, I believe you're waiting for things to happen. I believe you've been like that a while, number 4. I think things have been a bit stagnant, a bit of a pause, like when you pause your DVD player or your video recorder. Remember them? I think your life's been in a bit of a pause, and you've been waiting, and you've been getting a bit fed up because nothing's been happening. But it's going to happen soon. Trust me. Now, you're going to be dealing with legal stuff as well. Maybe paperwork, signing maybe credit forms or mortgage papers, or filling in tax forms. This should not be put off. If you've got paperwork, legal stuff to deal with, try and get it over with and get it out of the way. Then you can go to bed at night and forget it. Now, you may be signing mortgage papers to buy a new house. You may be dealing with the law directly, police cars and speed cameras and that sort of thing. But the law is in the reading, and the law often comes in these readings at the same time that karma does, for some strange reason, but it does happen. A lot of readings will show karma, and they'll also bring up things about the law. Amazing. You're going to get what you deserve, number 4, and I think it's about time. I think you deserve some good stuff. Expect things to speed up around your work, and don't get fed up if nothing seems to be going on, because it will soon. There are messages here about animals. Are you buying a cat or a dog or something? There's messages here about children, but they're not yours. Are you babysitting for someone? Are you looking after someone else's children, I think? There's children here that don't appear to be yours. However, they will be close to you. You may be getting visits from family get-togethers or something like that. You may be asked to babysit. But some of these children are not babies. They could be teenagers. It's all good fun. I think it's fantastic. If you're buying an animal, a cat or a dog, it's a good time. But if you can, get a rescue one and do that. I think that's more like you, to rescue one rather than buy a new one, or rather than buy one. When there's so many dogs and cats waiting for homes, you're the sort of person that would rather do that than buy one from a pet supplier or breeder. But that looks pretty good. I think it's going to give you companionship. So a lot of you, number 4, are animal lovers. A lot of you are children lovers, but some of you are not too keen on children. I'm picking up number 4. Hard to say this, but I'm picking up number 4. There may be a child in spirit. So some of you may have had a bad time with a baby or a miscarriage. 1 or 2 of you, number 4, may have had a termination. It could have been years ago, many years ago. But I think the spirit of the baby is around. Well, I don't think it, I know it. So one of your spirit guides, number 4, may be a child in spirit that is hanging around, sticking around until the time is right to be born. Now, if you're gone too old for that, then it may be born to one of your siblings as they get older. But there's a child in spirit around you, number 4. That is pretty much a certainty. It could be the spirit child of someone you were close to. It may not actually be yours, but some of you, I think, have had miscarriages or a miscarriage maybe many, many years ago. 1 or 2 of you may have had terminations. I'm picking up that somebody here may have had a termination and they didn't really want to do it. There may have been a bit of pressure from your partner or his parents or outsiders forcing you to do things that you weren't too keen upon. That can leave you with guilt, of course, but you don't need that. It was right at that time. It may not be right now, but it was right then. The timing was wrong for the baby to be born if you did terminate. It'll only apply to a few of you. Of course, as I said, this won't apply to everybody. Take in what you like, ignore what you don't. But number 4, pretty good time. No love and passion rushing through again, which has happened with most of these today. But that may be because you already know about it. The spirit world will tell you stuff you don't know. And if you're already happily in a romance, then there's no need for it to be revealed in this reading. And I'm not going to tell you stuff is here when it isn't. But if you have a reason to worry about romance or anything, you can have a private reading with me on the phone. Go to davidcharlespsychic.com, my website. And if I'm not free on there, one of the team that work for me will help you. And they're brilliant. And I won't have them if they're not, because I choose them. But that's davidcharlespsychic.com. Now, number 4, we're going to look at some oracle cards and see if they match up with what I've been saying to you. Number 1, glasses time. I don't know these cards because they were sent to me by a lovely client, because I mentioned that mine had worn out, as some of these are as well. I don't believe it. There's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. Good word. Nice picture there, look, like an inflamed flower or a lily. There's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. Well, you have plenty of that, number 4. And I think it goes with what I've been telling you. Things are going to take off. Things are speeding up a bit. So take all that on board if you're on a ship. Daft saying, isn't it, on board? But take it in, because it is important. And I think you've got some good stuff for the next month. The next month ahead looks pretty good, number 4. Let's take a look at your second one. You're in touch with the truth, with your truth. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. You're in touch with your truth. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. I think they mean trust your inner feelings. There's a lovely picture there. Look at that picture. A lady on like a beach. And the sun is setting, or is it coming up? One or the other. So, you're in touch with your truth. Which means good, because the reading isn't filled with people telling you naughty fibs and that sort of thing. Let's take a look at your third one, number 4. See if it matches up this. Allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. Wow, they've been building those stone things on the beach. Nice picture. Allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. All of this is telling me that you have some psychic ability, number 4, and you should let it come in and allow it to come in, and you may have been shutting it out. I think the spirits are saying to you, let it in. So you won't be a psychic, I think it was number 1 was, but you've got psychic ability, and if you have, then start to trust it a bit more. Things are not always coincidences. If you have premonitions, don't think, oh, it can't be real, because sometimes it would. I mean, not every time, but sometimes it will be. Watch out for your dreams. Always follow your dreams, especially if they're repetitive. Watch out for daydreams, when things pop into your mind, when you're washing the dishes or cleaning the car. Things will come into your mind. This reading is telling you to take notice of that for the next month. That may not always be the case, but it will be for the next month, number 4. I think you've got some really good stuff here. There's nothing to be scared of with this reading. Nothing that tells me to put you on guard. There's nothing like that. So I think it's brilliant. You've got some karma coming, and it's time you got what you deserved. You know what I mean. Some of you will know. I can see it in your eyes. You know what I mean, number 4. It's time you had your just deserves. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed that. And click the bell icon, and you won't miss any of my readings in the future. And please click the like thing, the thumbs up thing for me, because it does help. But the main thing is, comment below, ask me some questions. I'll answer them, usually within a short space of time. It's nice to talk to you below. If you've got any questions about what I've said to you, or if anything resonated for you, tell me, especially about the baby. That's interesting. And it's lovely to talk to you, and a special thank you for those watching alone, as I said earlier. If you want a psychic reading with me, number 4, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. Have a look at my website, you'll like it. And if I'm not free on there, you can get one of my team to help you, and they work for me, and they're good because I pick them all. So thank you very much for watching this, all of you, and I hope to see you in the next one. So I'll leave you with my motto, as I do. My motto is, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And as I always say to you, I love every one of you. So have a great day, great evening, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.